I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Here we are approaching the end of December, so it's time to do a roundup of all the products that I am now ready to review. I have a lot of highlighters to talk about. It just kind of happened. Today's tea of the day is one of my favorite teas of all time. This is Hojicha, which is roasted green tea. It's a Japanese tea. It has a delightful roasted scent and taste and kind of sweet all on its own. It doesn't need anything added. It's just a super cozy winter sipping tea. It's one I pretty much always have on hand. Let's start with my one non-makeup product. So this is my new favorite hair mask. I know I mentioned in a previous video I had a new favorite. So this is the Olaplex No. 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask. It claims to moisturize, smooth, and add body and shine. So a lot of times claims like that, I just kind of ignore them. I don't think that a lot of hair products do what they say they do. This actually does, and my mind was kind of blown by this product because it did all those things. And the thing that really made me just say wow was the whole adding body part. It added body but without making my hair frizzy. Like it just felt like it was thicker and it was shiny at the same time. I couldn't get over how this made my hair look, and the effect lasted for a few days. It's recommended to use this once a week or so, and I love it. I'm definitely going to keep using it. Let's talk about what's on my lips because I really want to put a gloss over it. So I tried out the new lip liner from e.l.f. Annoyingly, it doesn't have the name on it, and I can't remember what I ordered. I'm gonna have to try and go back through my stuff and see if I can find the name of this. If it is, I'll put it in the description box. But anyway, so this is their new Cream Glide lip liner. You can tell from, how it looks on me that it is a soft pink. The thing that's crazy about this is how creamy it is. Like I'm like no pressure. That's just unusual for a pencil type lip liner to be that creamy. As for how it wears, I don't think personally it will last through a full day of eating and drinking and everything, but it lasted fairly well. I think $2 for a lip liner, that's pretty fantastic. It's pretty good. Now I'm gonna put on a little lip gloss. I'm just gonna use this one from Beauty Pie. Okay, now to the mascara I'm wearing. So this is the one I've been testing this month. I just put out a short about it and I talked about it in my mascara roundup. So I feel like I don't need to talk about it too much, but this is the new mascara from e.l.f. It is a true tubing mascara. They call it the Lash Extender. This is what the wand looks like. I would call it a true lengthening mascara. In fact, I think today is the best I've gotten this mascara to look on my lashes. I was really happy with it today. Don't expect it to add volume or anything, just length and decent separation. But the best thing about it is how it washes off. In true tubing mascara fashion, it will wash off in little bits with just warm water. So even though I'm not over the moon about actually how it makes my lashes look, there's often times when I specifically want a mascara that's easy to wash off, especially if I'm like on a road trip or something. I like having a tubing mascara open all the time for those nights when I know where I just want something easy to remove. So I'm pleased with this. A friend decluttered her collection and she gave me this It Cosmetics Superhero No-Tug Shadow Stick. I haven't really heard much about these shadow sticks. This is the shade Transformative Taupe. So this shade is matte and very creamy, and I have worn it all over as a single shadow look, and it was actually very, very nice. By the end of the night, I'm talking like at the very end of the night, so I had worn it for 12 plus hours, I did have a little bit of creasing, which I actually thought was unusual for a shadow stick like this, but it wasn't terrible, and otherwise it did wear really well. It was still there, it hadn't melted. This is something I think I'm going to use as a base for other cream shadows, and I really do enjoy it. She also gave me another shade. This is the shade Epic Amethyst, and this one is shimmery. It's just as creamy. I'm not as much into this color, but I did wear it as an eyeliner, and it worked really well because it's so creamy. It glided right on, and it stayed put all day. So that's probably how I'm going to end up using this color, but I definitely do prefer the matte formula over the shimmer. Thank you to my friend, I will use them. I picked up this blush from TJ Maxx. So this is the Air Matte blush from NARS. I have the shade Freedom. I like it, but I don't think it's anything totally special. Give you a swatch. It is kind of a soft moussey formula, and it is soft matte on your cheeks. So it is actually quite buildable. I gave you a pretty heavy swatch there, but when using it with a brush, it's actually super buildable. You don't have to be super careful with it. But after trying so many blushes, I'm just not, totally sold on this being super fantastic, I guess. I might end up decluttering this in my coming up declutter, but it's not because there's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't really stand out to me. But same friend who gave me the It Cosmetics shadow sticks gave me a little sample of the Milk Makeup bronzer stick in the shade Baked. I am wearing a little bit of this today, and I like it. I like the shade. It adds warmth without being orange, and it blended in nicely. Kind of a classic bronzer. It's been out for a long time, many years at this point, and it's still popular, and I think it's for a good reason. I think it's a good one. A luxury eyeshadow palette that I've had my eye on for super long. I finally picked it up when Sephora did their 20% off for everyone, because I'm not rouge at Sephora, so their sale, their VIB sale, doesn't do anything for me. I'm just a beauty insider there. So I waited around for that particular day, that code, and I picked up this one from Charlotte Tilbury. So this is the Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette. So you can tell from the colors, you know, it's not at all exciting. It is meant to just be super neutral every day. And the whole reason I picked it up was because I was super interested in the formula. I had a chance to swatch it in store, and the formula is something between a matte and a satin. And I do find this formula very easy to work with. The shadows are not overly pigmented, they're super buildable. So as far as the formula goes, I'm really happy. One thing I wish that the packaging was a little bit more luxurious. I mean, it's okay, but I wish it was kind of heavy for how expensive this is. But I will quick give you some swatches. Okay, so here we have some swatches of this palette. As you can see, very, very neutral. I do wish that this shade wasn't quite so warm. That would make this palette a bit more perfect for me. But other than that, I am pleased with it. But you can see, looking at the swatches, they do have a little bit of luminosity to them, so they're not flat matte, and they just blend out beautifully. They do create a very beautiful, easy eye. I'm not necessarily going to recommend it, it's just so expensive, but I know that for me, I will use it. So I tried a new brand, one of the Black Friday sales. I decided to try RMS. So I ordered two things. I ordered a blush and a highlighter. Let's talk about the blush first, and then we can get into all the highlighters I have been trying. So I'm actually wearing the blush. This is the shade Maiden's blush in the Redimension Hydra powder blush. So it is a very beautiful product. And you can tell, looking at like the shade and then looking at my face, it's a very buildable blush, and I find it quite delightful to use. If you're someone who likes a neutral blush, you'll like this one. And I know the color can seem really deep, but you can see from on me, it applies very, very gently. It's like a baked gelée formula, which I do enjoy. There, so you can see on my hand, it does have, again, some luminosity. It's definitely not matte, but it's not chunky glittery either. You're not going to see glitter on your face. I don't think I could be more pleased with the shade that I chose. They had several shades. It looked so pretty, and I'm so glad I went with this one. I've been really into this type of shade lately, where it's kind of hard to pin down what it is. Like in the pan, it looks kind of like a brownish, reddish color, but on my face, just kind of neutral, but with enough color still to make it a blush. Yeah, I really, really enjoy this formula. As for the highlighter, I was kind of mind blown about this too. I really enjoy it. So they call this the Redimension Hydra Dew Luminizer. It says the shade is Prosecco Fizz. I'm actually not sure if they have any other shades at the moment, but this is the glow that I have on my cheeks today. I feel like this is one of those highlighters that does not swatch super spectacularly. Like, it just doesn't look like much. But the first time I used it, I was struck by how much, to me, it looked like a cream on my skin. The way that how thin it was, the way it just kind of wanted to melt into the rest of my makeup. There's no glitters, it's just glowy, which that's actually different from the rest of the highlighters I'm going to be showing you. The rest of the highlighters I'm going to be showing you all have some glitters in them, so it was actually nice to be testing something that was just glowy for comparison's sake. My favorite way to apply this is with something fluffy. I actually will often take my fan brush. I'll just put on some more, it doesn't matter. It's a very, very easygoing highlighter, and I just gently dust it on, and it's just the most beautiful powder highlighter. It's really nice. If you're after a pretty glow but no glitter, I think this is a good choice. Okay, let's talk about the rest of these highlighters. So this one from MAC I think is technically discontinued, but I bought mine at a cosmetics company store, so if you happen to have one near you and you want this, I wanted to let you guys know what I think about it. So this is the cream color base in the shade Shell. So I was actually really surprised to find that there are little glitters in this shade. The actual cream formula is delightful. I am a cream highlighter fan. So for the most part, it just gives you a very soft, gentle glow, but there are some scattered glitters in here, which I was kind of surprised by, and honestly, it's not something that I wanted, but I still do like it. Hopefully that's helpful for someone. So I finally tried a highlighter from Kaleidos. I've been looking at them for so long. First, I have to mention the packaging. It has this awesome, soft, matte packaging. Whenever a company decides to go with soft matte, I'm here for it. I really enjoy it. Just makes it such a delight to interact with the product. And of course, I got the shade Ray Rider, which Kaleidos has so many really awesome shades, and yet I went for the one that is the most boring, probably. It just doesn't have any cool shifts or anything. So there is the product. Tell it's just a soft champagne-y gold. So this is one of those highlighters that is going to make a statement. It's going to be very, very glowy on your skin and glittery. It does have glitters in it. So for me, this isn't like an everyday highlighter. It's a little bit more glam, but I do think it's beautiful and just something fun, you know? Sometimes we want just something fun. So I also picked up at that cosmetics company store from MAC the Mineralize Skinfinish in Soft and Gentle. So I was really expecting Soft and Gentle to be like a barely there glowing. Like I was even thinking of something like the Essence highlighter that everyone loves so much just because it's very, very gentle looking. This is not. It's very, very shiny. Check it out there on my finger. It's got a lot of glow. And one thing I was very, very surprised to see is this has glitters in it too. You can tell compared to these other ones, it definitely has a more beigey tone to it. Beigey pinky tone, I guess. And honestly, from a distance, you can't see the glitters from a distance. It's a very, very beautiful glow. Up close though, you can see that there's glitters in this, but I have to admit, it's pretty. But I definitely don't need any more highlighters with glitter in them. I have hit as many as I need. And probably in fact more than I need. Oh, I decided to go and get this. I forgot I wanted to talk to you about this cleansing balm that I'm trying. So again, I got this from a friend. She tried out the all clean balm from, is it Heimish or Heimish? I'm actually not sure. I'm gonna say Heimish for now. She gave this to me because the scent of it was too strong. It actually made her skin break out. It is pretty strong. It has a very strong tea tree oil scent. You're probably gonna see this in an empties video eventually because I will finish it up, but it is not my favorite either. It actually does do a decent job melting makeup off. That's not my issue with this. My issue is the tea tree oil. It can be a bit much. Also, sometimes it doesn't want to melt. They'll end up with like little bits of like waxy pieces of cleansing balm that just will not melt. Most of the time it melts beautifully, but then I'll get like these little pieces that don't want to, and it's really annoying when I'm trying to wash my face. As always, I have to mention my favorites. I do prefer the e.l.f. cleansing balm, and if you want something scented, I like the one from Versed. This did not make it up into my favorites. It's just okay. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you've tried any of these products, please let everyone know down in the comment section what your experience is with the products. And I will see you soon for my last video of the year. We'll see you guys later. Bye.